Be making yellow rice and corn, but I'm gonna do it a little bit healthier than the traditional Spanish way that I grew up with. So instead of using bijol or using a different brand to like color the rice, I'm gonna be using turmeric. It's really healthy for you, and it works better if you mix it with ground pepper. Now, of course, the only bad thing I'd say in here is gonna be the adobo. But it's just the sodium content, but everything else I think is pretty good. I like to make yellow rice and corn. That's my favorite. The rice, I use jasmine, and then for oil, I use the organic oil from Costco, and then we have some homemade sofrito. That's going to be a different video, so keep in mind, you may have to watch that in a separate time. So the way we're going to make this rice, we're going to be using my favorite rice maker that I have. This is the best thing to use. If you don't know how to cook, get the rice maker. So what we're going to do is we're going to use 2 cups of jasmine rice. Now with every cup of rice, you have to use 1.5 cup of water. So we're going to put this in the container and then fill it with water, and then I'll show you what to do next. So now that I added the rice inside the water, next thing I'm going to do is add the sofrito. Now, I usually make a lot of these sofritos, so I don't want it to go bad. So I definitely add a good amount. It's pretty much like cilantro, culantro, peppers, onions, garlic. I mean, it's a mixture of stuff, and then we add I add adobo or salt and oil to pretty much preserve it. I add 3 big spoonfuls in there, and it definitely adds a lot of flavor. Now your rice looks green, which at least that's how mine will look at first. Then I add my dry ingredients, and the dry ingredients I'm going to be adding is 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. Now, you don't want to add too much, but at least 1 tablespoon of turmeric should do the trick. And you want to add half a teaspoon of ground pepper. The ground pepper and turmeric works really well together, helps lower blood pressure, and helps you out in that aspect. So that's why I want to mix these 2 together. But instead of using sazon or instead of using bijol, I always go for turmeric. And then, of course, for more seasoning flavor, adobo. No Puerto Rican should ever go without adobo. So, here are my dry ingredients. I already have them in here. I'm just going to be mixing them. And as you see, the turmeric is turning everything yellow. So, it really works well. And trust me, you can't even tell the difference through taste or anything using turmeric or sazon. And the reason why I don't like sazon, it's really high on MSG. It has all these weird stuff in there like Color 5 and all that weird stuff that really doesn't do anything. I know some people like to color their rice with tomatoes. I'm just not a fan of it that way. I think turmeric is a better way, healthier way. And don't worry, the pepper does not make the rice spicy. You're only adding a little bit to such a large amount. It gives it, I think it just gives it a better flavor. If you like spice, of course you can add more. I don't like spicy food at all. I like savory food. And next is to add the corn. Now we're going to add the corn, and this part, it's going to be the organic. We're just going to make sure we drain out the liquid. We pour that in here. Give it a little stir, and then we're going to turn this on, put it to white rice, and start. We're going to let it sit 45 minutes, stir it up once, and we just close the lid. You don't even have to open it up, check at all. 45 minutes later, it's going to be completely finished. Boy, the time has come. Rice just finished. And that's how it looks before we do one last stir. And here it is. The rice is all finished. As you can see, perfectly yellow. Kind of matches the corn right there. And what I like about cooking, the last thing I like about cooking in a rice maker is there is no pegao. I don't like pegao. I think pegao is a lame excuse for I forgot about a rice and it got burnt. And for those who don't know what pegao is, it's just burnt rice. It's crispy rice. It doesn't taste good. I really enjoy this yellow rice, and it comes out very perfect, nice and moist, and it's non-stick. I mean, it works out really well. So that's the rice I like making. Healthy, perfect option. This will last you, depends if you got a big family or if you like to meal prep. But that's my way of making yellow rice and corn, or arroz con maíz.